Welcome to TradeTheMBI.com. This is John. This report is for the 5th of April. Market started higher, but some of the realities of what's happening economically begin to set in as you see uh, fewer job offers, increase in delinquencies for auto loans, things like that. It's starting to have a little bit of an effect. And it's sort of like the snowball, starts off small and then starts getting bigger and bigger. And, if you look at this from a daily chart, just from a technical analysis, you're making a lower high at this particular stage. And should a decent sell signal come in here, that would be fairly ugly. Some people would be describing it as a triple top or really potential head and shoulders pattern. Either way, it doesn't really matter because we get the readings here from the MBI still okay in the sense that you're above 33, just barely, but still are. You do have that DOC spread setup taking place right here on a strong rejection of the green and science of shorts activating pretty strongly the other day in this. Still not seeing that from the MBI reading. So how much oomph we get to this, we'll have to see. Still potentially decent, but more likely we're just going to fill back the positive extreme uh, for the time being, and then we'll see where things are at from there. The NQ definitely leading because still part of its breakout above the highs. Usually you retest that before you can make your next move. So it's kind of where we're at with this. So the S&P is just sort of the lagger in the situation, and that's because the Nasdaq has led this the whole way, and probably will continue to do so for the near term. Of course, Treasuries getting bought up because again now this suggests that maybe peak rates are in, and that the bond gurus were correct all along. You got a problem though, because if oil's rising, inflation is going to continue to peak, then you get into this late 70s stagflation, the term everyone's heard, but you can begin to see how it would play out in practical terms. Oops. Let's move on to oil. Over 80 again. Problematic because yes, that was a sustainable level for where the economy was before, but as things begin to deteriorate a little bit, it becomes expensive. You get this jumping a little bit more, and it's going to have an outsized effect on where things are because everyone's, well, at least those in the middle range and that have been depleted, they don't have the ability for another price adjustment. So that's problematic. And I promise you gold would be going through the roof, and it's making a new one. So new highs there for gold. That's going to continue. I think that you'll also see it in crypto, maybe not to the same degree. You're also seeing that with the bounce on the euro here because the suggestion is that everyone believes the eurozone is going to be tougher, and it makes their rates more competitive as the U.S. is going to be forced to soften. The euro is holding tough, so to speak. Bitcoin hasn't made any new highs, so you can see it's a little bit of a laggard relative to what gold's doing, but that can change rather quickly. A single day, as we've all seen the cryptos that uh, can fly quite rapidly. ETH, on the other hand, has caught up and exceeded that. So where Bitcoin is stalling, ETH is taking the lead. This is matching what the gold move was. So we could be getting a reversion back into that practical application that from ETH. Bitcoin was leading it, but it seems that this is the practical side of it, and in the sense that it's used for a lot of applications. Bitcoin literally more store of value. Of course, there's a TradeStation with my 50K, but for some reason it's letting me have my 5K. There's no logic to it. But you can see how that selling went. Beautiful runs coming down, but every time we got in between those algos, started breaking down, and then literally it just collapsed a little bit. I mean, I wouldn't call it anything catastrophic. And you can see in pre-market, they had the post-market run up right before the close, and then right after the close, just filled it right back in. So all looks very clean from a paid bar standpoint. Super simple trades. So just keep doing that. That's the easiest way to go. As always, though, you can look for me on the Skype chat. Trade well.